Hi all, I'm Praneeth from Informatica Global Customer Support, and in today's session we will talk about address verification configuration in IDQ. In today's agenda we will talk about how to configure the AV properties in CMS. Then we will also discuss about preloading of reference file and memory management. To configure the AV properties in CMS, there are two ways we can do that. The first way is to use the infacmd command and perform the changes from the backend. And the second and more convenient way is to use the admin to change the configuration of AV properties. We can go to the processes tab of CMS, and there we find the different options that are present in the snapshot, and we can configure them as per our own desire. In this slide, we will talk about the key properties that we need to configure to run the AV transformation successfully. The first one is the license. So the license is required to help initialize the engine and also unlock the reference file. Without having a valid license, we would not be able to initialize the AV engine. And even if we have a valid license and the AV engine is initialized, the reference file will only open if we have the license for country specific files. The next property is the reference data location. This is where we need to specify the absolute server path where all the reference files are located. The next property is preloading property. This property can be used to control the amount of data that is loaded to the memory to enhance the performance of the AV process. The next property is memory uses. This is the maximum limit that the AV library can use to allocate for its various internal process. The next property is the max object count. This is a very important. This property can be used to limit the maximum number of AV instances that can run at the same time. And the last key property is max thread count. This property can be used to limit the maximum number of threads that the AV engine can use. Ideally, the max thread count should be equal to the maximum number of cores in the server, and the value of max object count can be twice or thrice the value of max thread count. Here we will discuss more details about preloading reference files. So the process of preloading is done to optimize the performance of the AV transformation. Here, the option of preloading is used to cache the contents of the reference file into the memory so that the processing is faster. There are three types of preloading options. The first one is full preload. In the full preload, the entire content of the reference data is loaded into the memory. So the full preload option is the option in which the performance of the AV engine is the fast. The next one is partial preload. So in the partial preload option, only the metadata and indexing structures are moved into the memory. So this is faster than the no preload option where no preloading of reference file is done. However, to get the best performance, you should preload all the countries file in full preload, and in case there is a memory constraint, you should prioritize and full preload the countries for which you have maximum volume of data. In this section, we will talk about the memory management. So the AV libraries require memory to store address objects, preload reference database files, hold it cache, and other internal processes. So the main memory calculation that we need to keep in mind while setting the memory uses in the AV configuration or in the CMS tab are general memory block. This is allocated for general management of functions. This occupies about 7 MB. The next is the thread memory block. This is used for address processing and verification routines, and each thread consumes about 48 MB in a 64-bit system. Next is the address object memory block. So here is a formula that can be used to calculate the amount of memory required. That is 4.8 MB plus 0.2 times of the max value set for max result count. And last and the most important one is the preloading. So the amount of memory required for preloading depends on the type of preloading that is set. If you use full preload, the performance enhances. However, you would require more memory for the process to preload the. For more details, you can refer to the address verification guide or the application service guide. We would love to hear your feedback. You can contact us on supportvideos@informatica.com or contact us on our Twitter handle. Thank you.